Hi, this is Andy from GPS Training. In this short video we're just going to take an overview look at accessing the menus and using the buttons on the Garmin GPSMap65 series device. I've already got my unit turned on here. You can see I've got the map screen in view, and we just use the on-off button simply on the side to turn the unit on. If you ever have a problem turning your unit on, I'd always double check batteries in the back, correct polarity, charged. Also make sure the map card is locked in the back correctly as per our earlier video, because I have had issues where if a map card's not sitting in properly, it can cause a unit a problem when you're trying to turn it on. So the first button I'm actually going to look at is the power button and show you what the power button can do other than turning the unit on and off. So normally to turn the unit on we just hold the power button in a few seconds till we see the Garmin logo on the unit, and to turn the unit off we hold the button in for 3 or 4 seconds. I'm going to show you what happens if you just press the power button once gently and let go. So the minute I've got the map screen on the unit, so I'm just going to turn around and on the power button, one press and let go. I can see here I've got the today's date and time, a backlight bar. Just do that again so it stays on the screen because it will disappear after a few seconds. So backlight bar, battery percentage, and also it's showing me if I'm locked onto satellites or not, which I'm not locked onto yet. Also shows me I haven't got a Bluetooth connection if you were using it paired to a phone. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the backlight setting. Now I'm in quite a dark building today, so I've actually got the backlight really high. But what you'll find when you're in bright sunshine outside and the sun shining on the screen, you don't need to have that backlight so high. So using that power button on the side of the unit, I just press it and release, and using the little rocker arrows I can move it to the right to increase the backlight. I can move the one to the left to decrease the backlight. Also, as a quick way of just putting the backlight up and down, with that screen on, if you press the power button once, you get the backlight up full, press it again, dim, press it again, it's halfway. That's just telling me I've lost satellite reception because I'm inside the building, I haven't got a clear view of the sky, so I can't just press the enter button there to get rid of that message. So I'm just going to do that once more, press and release the power button, and this time I'll use the little arrow to the right just to put the backlight up full while I'm shooting this video, and that screen will just go off after a few seconds. So that's just a way of accessing the backlight and also checking your battery level and a quick guide to whether you're locked on to satellites or not. So now it's back to the map screen. I'm going to keep it on the map screen for the moment and just show you some of the buttons that we use when we're on the map screen, just to give you a general feel of using the buttons on the unit. So the map here is showing a blue triangle. That blue triangle is where I am at the moment. If that blue triangle had a question mark flashing in it, that would mean there was no satellite signal whatsoever. But as it starts to lock onto satellites and your map moves to the location that you're at, you get this blue triangle. And I've got the in and out buttons here, and I can simply use those buttons to zoom out and the in button to zoom back on my map. So that's what we use the in and out buttons for while we're on the map screen. On the map screen, the little rocker pad in the middle here, if I move that, the map will then start to move. I get this little white pointer at the top of the screen, and I can move the map around to another location, and I can still use the zoom in and out as I move it around. Little box at the top is actually telling me the distance away and the bearing. So 1.37 kilometers northeast is where that white pointer is that I've moved the cursor to from where my current location is. If you do move the map around in this way and you're walking along with your unit and you find your map's not moving as you walk, but you see this little white bar at the top, that means you have accidentally moved the cursor as if you didn't mean to move the map, and the map will stay stationary until you press the quit button's always a nice one to remember. That takes you out of a screen that you're in. So if I press the quit button, it's now back to the map screen at where I am. So that's just showing you the in and out buttons on the map screen and moving the map around, and the quit button to take it back to the location of where I am. Now, any of the screens that you're on, any of the what we call the primary screens, which I'm going to go through in a second, if you press the menu button always gives you a sub-menu with extra information about the screen that you're on. So I'm on the map screen now, press the menu button, there's extra information, set up map, measure distances, various settings, restore defaults would put the unit back to default, so I don't want to do that. But it's just giving you an idea that the menu button takes you into an extra menu for the screen that you're on, and then you just use the up and down arrows and you see the little bar highlight whichever option you're on, and then if you want to go into that screen you would simply press the enter button and you get extra boxes to change, and again you can move up and down with the cursor and enter on the one that you want to change. We'll go into more detail on various screens on the next videos. Again, it's just to give you an idea of using the buttons and coming out of the different screens. So if I now want to come out of this screen, I simply press the quit button, takes me back one step. Sometimes you have to press the quit button twice if you need to come out of a couple of different menus. Next button we're going to look at is find. There's a button marked find. When I press that, it's telling the GPS device that I want to find something in the device to navigate to. So it could be something like a waypoint. So again, when you're on this sort of screen, I'm still using the arrows left, right, up and down to highlight the option that I want. I've got one here called waypoints. I've already marked some waypoints in my unit, just points on the ground that I've marked on the map. Press enter on the one you want to go into, and it's listing some waypoints for me. And again, I can move up and down and select the one I want by pressing enter. Again, we'll go into these options in more detail on the next videos. This is just to show you the buttons and a feel of using the unit. So I'm just going to actually press the quit here to come back out of here, quit again to come back out, and that's me back to this main menu. If I press quit again, it goes back to the map screen. So that is the find button. The next button is called mark. That is if I want to mark my current grid reference as a waypoint on the ground, and there'll be a little blue flag saved on the map screen of where I am at the moment. So if I had a satellite signal at the moment and I wanted to mark where I am now, I can simply press the mark button and it gives you my grid reference. And again, I can move up and down to change these boxes, which we'll look at in further detail on the next videos. And you just move around, and whichever box you want to go onto to change, say I was changing the name, I can press enter and then use the keypad to move over letters. But we'll go into that in more detail in some of the next videos. So I'm just going to press quit to come out of there, quit to come out again, just so you know what the mark button is there for. You've realised the quit button takes you out of any screens that you don't want to be in. But what the quit button also does, once you're back to this map screen, it lets you scroll left through what we call the ribbon, which has quick shortcut screens to get onto. They're set in the unit when you get it, but you can change them, and we'll be showing you videos later on how you change these shortcut menus. But just to show you what's in there now, if I press the quit button, you see it says main menu, so I let go and I'm now in the main menu. If I press quit again, elevation plot, I let go, I've got elevation details. If I keep pressing the quit button, you can see various icons appearing. So if I want to go back to the map, I just wait until it's on map, let go, and I'm now back to my map. Now the quit button takes you one way, the page button actually goes the other way on these shortcuts. So if I press the page button now, you can see that ribbon's going the opposite way, but it's the same principle. I get to the screen I want to say compass, let go, and I'm back on the compass screen. So that is what the page and quit buttons do. We've already looked at the enter button if you're on a screen on something that you want to change. And just one last reminder, so the menu button, I'm on the compass screen now. I mentioned that the menu button will go into sub-menus if there is one available for the screen that you're on. So I press the menu button on the compass. You can see here I've got various options of things I can change. So it's got an option here, change data fields. So I'm just using the up and down arrows to highlight the bit I want to change. Pressing the enter button. And then I've got a box highlighted here at the top. I can move it around the different data boxes, press enter if I wanted to change one of those. And again, we'll go into that in further videos on this course, showing you how to do things like that. So I just press quit to come out of there, and that's quit once more to come out. And I'm back to just the compass now. So that was just a little overview of going through the various buttons on the unit and how you get to the different screens. I did show you when you press the page. If you keep pressing page, we've got this one called main menu, which gets into your main menu icons and where you can set up settings in the unit. Just a little tip, you can actually, if you were on one of these primary screens, so let's go to the trip computer, any screen that's in that ribbon, so things like the compass, the map screen, the trip computer, anyone but the actual main menu, you can actually get to your main menu by simply pressing this menu button twice. So rather than pressing it once to go into a sub menu when you're on a screen, if I actually press that menu button twice quickly, it does actually go to this main menu. So it's just a quick way of getting to the main menu. Press page again. So if I just go on to say the map screen, I'm on the map screen now. I want to get to the main menu. Rather than pressing the page button until I see main menu, I can actually press the menu button twice quickly to get to the main menu. Quit to come out. So I hope that's given you some tips and just ways of finding yourself around the unit before you start using it. I'll turn it off now with the power key just to show you turning the unit off. It is a simple hold it in and then the screen will go black. If you watch our further videos, we go into more detail on all these screens and different things that you can do with your GPSMap65 series. And we hope you found this video useful, and thanks for watching.